Hey guys, Tyraku here, back again with another raid video. Now, it's been a little while since I've done an account takeover video. However, I did do one earlier today. I recorded it, but it did not turn out very good. Took about 3 hours to do. So I'm not going to post that video. Obviously, 3 hours is an insane amount of time, and I couldn't even cut it down to make it make sense. But I gave it to the guy. He's happy with the account takeover, so we're good to go there. But just now jumping into Deathzilla's account. He's level 53, day 157. So relatively active. I guess he's probably taking a little bit of time off somewhere because 157 days, kind of expected for him to be a little bit higher level, but it's no problem. I don't have anything like set in mind what we're going to do when we get inside this account. First off, we see the arena. The arena is a mess right now, to be honest. I think everybody knows that. Everyone's complaining about it, so that's not a surprise. Seeing only silver 1, not surprising whatsoever. Now, I have not looked at his champions yet. I want to save that to like a pleasant surprise in a minute. Let's jump in here and look at the dungeons. So the arcane keep, obviously he's doing 15s on the keeps. Okay, the magic keep, we should be doing 15. Like I said, I'll check the champions in just a minute. Minotaur, okay. Assuming he's not buying all of his masteries, we definitely want to get Minotaur 15 done. So assuming he has level 60 champions, Minotaur 15 is going to be no problem. You're doing Ice Golem 17. Minotaur 15 is no problem whatsoever. Spiders is on 14. We're probably not going to be pushing that. Spiders is usually not, it's definitely not my first priority when getting accounts progression. I know Dragon is something he's really working on. So he's working on Dragon 20. This is what I want to focus on. Deathzilla, so okay, I'm not going to lie, I'd have a little bit of insight in this account. He showed a screenshot on the stream, and I'm like, dude, your account is perfect for Dragon 20. We definitely can make a little bit of tweaks, and I strongly think we can do Dragon 20. Actually, Dragon 19 and most of the dungeons on Stage 19 are actually a little more difficult than their 20 counterparts. So, Faction Wars, don't really care too much about that. When it comes to his clan boss, he's not actually hitting clan boss. Death, you're not in our clan. So Death, if you want to join a more active clan, obviously your clan, and this goes for anybody in here actually, if you want to join a clan that's active, go ahead and click the link down below. Join the Discord, join one of the clans. We have a ton of clans hitting all different levels of clan boss. And while you do that, when you're in the description area, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, guys. It helps me out a lot, and thank you very much in advance. Now, let's go ahead and jump in and look at his champion. So let's see what stands out to us. Okay, so we have 0 gold. Wow. Wow, okay. Oh no, we have 1. It's actually kind of crappy. Imagine being 157 days in the game and having 0 legendaries. I mean, this is a battle pass legendary. I assume he got the battle pass because he also has Stag Knight. But that really sucks. Now, he does have Cold Heart. So, he's not completely in the trash. Like, he does have Cold Heart, so that's good. Now, let's go through and look at the mastery. So, he does have masters on Cold Heart. I would really like to have this swap to Helm Smasher. This move to here. This is not bad. This is Bring It Down is really important everywhere. I would rather have this here. So there's a few masters I like to move. This one's really good, especially on Spider. This is really good because it helps Cold Heart land her decreased turn meter. The Flawless Execution, this kind of has a breaking point about 200% crit damage. Helm Smasher becomes better than Flawless Execution. Obviously, you have diminishing return on the crit damage, kind of. So we really want this to be moved over because I think we can push out some good damage in Cold Heart, and she's gonna be used in a lot of places for you. This accuracy banner, we're definitely going to upgrade that some. Let's see what silver's at. We're at 2.3 million silver, so we're kind of limited on what we can do with silver. I should have looked at that first, but not a big deal. 100%, if you're going to take Cold Heart into dragons, or not dragon, if you're going to take Cold Heart into spiders, we're definitely going to need to get this accuracy up. About 200, 180 works, but we really want 200. Same thing with this crit damage. This is just free damage sitting here waiting for you to upgrade it. Literally, you have quite a bit of damage missing, like 50% crit damage missing just from this glove. So I'll probably go ahead and try to upgrade that to 16. We're going to see what the dungeons are looking like. So your dragon team, it would take Whirlum. He's going to be pretty tanky, okay? And he has some pretty good abilities. Is he booked out? He's not booked out. It's perfectly fine. I guess he's probably waiting for a good legendary, which the 2x event is coming up, so worth waiting on. Whirlum, we'll try this out. We'll try a little bit more of a tanky team. So Whirlum, Stag Knight, I'm going to probably go with Kale here, just because Kale is a beast on Dragon. Cold Heart's really good, but I think she's going to die. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one more AoE champion. Dinosaur could possibly do good. I believe the dragon is magic affinity, so this would be strong. Doom Priest isn't bad either, because she can cleanse the poisons when we get to that stage. It is only 1 though, so it's not going to be cleansing a ton of the things from the dragon. But Gala, who is she? We want a lot of AoE stuff. But let's go ahead and jump in here and see what... let me check the champion's speeds and stuff. This is like the biggest thing. So the biggest thing when I get in the accounts is checking their speeds. It's crazy to me how many accounts don't have the right speeds on their champion. This attack percent chestplate looks good on Kale. However, his accuracy is low. So when we're going to Dragon, we really want to have about 200 accuracy. So basically, you want the accuracy to be about 10 times the Dragon level. So if you're doing Dragon Stage 16, you want about 160 accuracy. If you're doing Dragon Stage 20, you want about 200 accuracy. So we really need to push up this accuracy number just a little bit. Throwing on an accuracy set would do that. Throwing on a accuracy chest plate instead would also do that. We lose a little bit of crit damage from that, which I don't love. Kale is fully mastered, so that shouldn't be a big deal. I really want to place the poisons. I mean, if we're not placing poisons, Kale's not doing his job. So we have to be placing the poisons. Let's see if you got anything on anybody that's already leveled up, so we don't have to actually level up ourselves. So we do. I can throw this on there just for him to land the stuff. I mean, your Occult Brawler is not 60 anyways, I don't think, unless he's in the vault. Okay, he is 60 and in the vault. But you're probably using Frozen Banshee just as much anyway, so that's no big deal. A lot of your gear is a little bit under-leveled, so we'll be looking at that later on. I really want to try to get through Dragon 20. This is just going to be a huge boost to your account. Dragon tournament's going on right now. You got plenty of energy, so let's see what goes on when we get in here. First off, when you do Dragon, we want to try to swap this out, put Apothecary in the lead. Apothecary has a 21% defense aura, super good. Whirlum has a 30%, but it's in arena battles only. So Apothecary is in dungeons. Whirlum is next. We take out these champs. Let me make sure Stagnite's speed is good and his accuracy. So his accuracy is fine. We really only want Stagnite landing his debuffs on the waves. On the dragon, it's a nice plus, but not really worth going there and messing with him just yet. We can fix that a little bit later on. We don't really need Thinasil, just because he's not going to be doing a ton of damage. I mean, honestly, we could take Cold Heart in there. Forgot who I said my next person was going to be. Let's see. So let's include the vault. So he does have a few 60s hiding in the vault. Nizana could be pretty good. Attacks all enemies. What's her gear looking like? Okay, so she's not geared. She could be good, though, because this is magic affinity. She's forced, so she's strong affinity. She has some good AoE abilities. So let's go here and gear up Nizana. I think she could actually do pretty good, because the waves are what's the hardest thing. If we can make it to the dragon with Apothecary and Kale alive, and Whirlum, I think we're going to be golden. Let's take out Nizana. Let's just try to stack her up. Let's see what her abilities are. She has Ally Protect. Awesome. And attacks on enemies decreases the attack. Perfect. So she is an attack-based champion. We're not going to be worried about really gearing her up crazy. I really just want her to be fast enough to go frequently and survive. So if we could get a shield set on her, that would be cool. Just bring a little extra utility. I don't think we're going to be able to do that, though. I don't have any shield stuff. Maybe. Because he's already kind of working toward it. HP percent. He has a decent base HP. This will just give us extra survivability, you know? And more survivability is never a bad thing. Let's see, because we need 4 pieces for the shield set. The boots is what he was using. So I see what's going on there. If we take these up to 16, maybe we can make sense of this. I mean, we do lose a little bit of speed, but that's just because those are 16. Keep those on. We do get the... we'll upgrade these to 16. Try to get some HP on that, probably. We'll try out a few different ways. Let's go ahead and just do some speed on this. We'll see how she works, not going super fast. Because even with the shield set on, it doesn't really matter exactly how fast she goes necessarily. Because with the shield set on, she's not going to be doing a ton of damage anyways. Boost her speed up a little bit. Perfect. Let's see if we can get some HP here. Actually, let's get some HP percent. That's better. Okay, we don't have no HP percent. We got flat HP though. Anything equipped on anybody? So we just throw this on there. We can upgrade that. Some more HP, and then should be some more HP. So let's get these just to level 8. Maybe we get 2 hits here. We want the shields to be as big as possible. Obviously, the bigger the shields, the more likely we're going to survive a little bit longer. That's really what we want. That's really what we want to do on the dragon, is survive through the waves. So we're gonna have a lot of survivability. The thing I'm a little bit worried about is not having enough damage. But before we start jumping to conclusions, I want to jump in here and see what that is. We are really slow though, even with that shield, the speed set shield. So initially my thoughts are, if Nizana seems to be doing a good amount of damage, what I'll probably do is swap her over to speed gear, try to get some more damage out from that, because like I said, we really just want to get through the waves, as much control as possible, as much sustain as possible, and just do it like that. So let's just go ahead and jump in there. We don't have a res champion. A res champion would be super helpful. We don't have anybody who can res that I know of. Maybe there's somebody high. Well, Mistress of Hymns can res. Let's see if she's booked. Robs 2 random allies with 3% HP and Veil on them. If it comes down to it, we can throw her in there. But before we just start making too many crazy changes and assuming something's going to happen, go ahead and do this. We should have plenty of support. We got a lot of tankiness. So Apothecary, Kale, Nizana. Nizana is only faction crypts yet. I haven't used her a whole lot, so I want to check where she was exactly. Then Whirlum. I believe this is the team that I said. Yeah. And we'll just turn on auto. It doesn't matter if we can do Dragon on manual. Dragon 20, we have to do it on auto. But there's no other way to do Dragon 20. No? If it's not auto, might as well not even be doing it. So, kind of like what I said, we're not really hitting super hard, but we have a lot of sustain though. Like, you see these shields? These are some pretty chunky shields. Kale's taking basically no damage. Nizana does a decent amount. Perfect. We got a ton of soak, and this strengthen is the opposite of weaken. 25% less damage. That Veil is nice to have on Kale. The Veil on Kale is sweet. So we have a little bit more survivability there. I mean, obviously, if Kale's not being hit, then that's even better. So, and having the strong affinities there is good. Having Stagnite as the off affinity isn't terrible. If we could push a little bit more HP on Kale, then he wouldn't be targeted at all. I'm a little bit worried about these Hordens on the next wave because they may do a decent amount of damage to Kale. And if Kale goes down, our run is done. We're not able to get through it because Kale is our only damage dealer to the dragon, basically. It's literally 100% up to him. We may have to push more accuracy on him. Well, no, we swapped out the chest plate, I remember. So, but like I said, if Kale goes down, then we're not going to beat the dragon. That's just all there is to that. This is crucial, having the decreased attack on these waves, which Nizana has it as well. And she's strong affinity, so she doesn't have the weak hits. If you have a weak hit, you can't apply your debuffs. So since Nizana, strong affinity, she won't have those weak hits. So she should be able to apply her debuff. The decreased attack helps out a lot against these Hordens. It looks like it's going pretty well so far. Got Stagnite using his decreased attack again. Decreased defense as well, which really helps clear the waves. Now, when we're going through Dragon at first, I'm not really that much worried about doing it super fast. Like, obviously, getting a fast clear is great, but opening up Dragon 20 is such a massive, massive improvement to your account, because literally all Deathzilla has to do now is go get an auto clicker, leave his PC on overnight, wake up, and he'll have Dragon's Farm. I mean, 5-minute Dragon runs, you can do a lot of 5-minute Dragon runs overnight. So, definitely worth just having it done. Let's see if Kale's landing his poison. So we got one poison up, so he does have enough to land him. Let's see if we got any resists. Until no resist, another poison landed, perfect. If you're seeing a bunch of resisted, so like green resisted, that means your accuracy is not high enough. You need to get your accuracy boosted up. If you're not seeing the poison land, but you think it should land, and it's not saying resisted, all that means is that the percentage, so like it says, like, for example, has a 70% chance to apply poison, that means that the percentage chance failed. Resisted means that your accuracy wasn't high enough. So there's two roles whenever it comes to applying poisons and whatnot. Good to know the difference between not being applied and resisted. So there's a pretty big difference. Now Kale is applying them no problem. You'll see right here when the dragon takes a turn, boom, big chunk of his HP done. The Scorch is pretty crazy when he does this, so we really want to damage him down before he does that. This isn't, like I said, this isn't a speed clearing team. We should be doing it 3 minutes and 30 seconds, 4 minutes. But as far as consistency, I do believe it's going to be 100% consistent. I'm going to go ahead, once we finish this, obviously we got Dragon 20 done. It's beautiful. Now, this is a good weapon too, man. It's toxic set. I wish it was speed set, but not too bad. Now I'm going to go ahead and run through this again. I'm going to clip back to the end of the video to see if we get it done. And we're going to see if we get it done 2 out of 2, we'll call it consistent enough. So I'll be back in just a few seconds, guys. All right, guys, so we are back now. Ran the dragon several more times. As you can see, this dragon team is significantly different than the original one we did. So I'm super happy that I ran this a few times for Deathzilla to make sure it's consistent. That most recent one, Kale actually went down on the second wave, and it still went through fine. So Stagnite, Whirlum, Doom Priest, and Apothecary alone can solo the dragon, and I wasn't even really worried about dying at all. So Kale does speed the run up, but he's not 100% necessary. So with that said, that is something you definitely want to do, is make sure you do the runs a few times to make sure they're consistent. I mean, that first one I did went flawlessly, but then I tried several more after that, and Kale would die the second wave, or Stagnite would die in the second wave to the Hordens, and then it would just be over. So try to do it a few times and make sure they're consistent. This goes for everybody. Make sure it's consistent before you leave an auto clicker on overnight. Nothing worse than waking up to see all your energy gone and then just a few new pieces of gear. So this team is definitely not a speed running team by no means whatsoever. We got the speed boost and heals from Apothecary, some cleanses from Doom Priest, as well as some extra heals, as well as an attack buff to help Kale do some more damage quicker, and Stagnite. And then Whirlum for the Veil. If someone's starting to take a lot of damage, he does apply that, which helps out, and the increased defense as well as strengthen. So this is more of a tanky build. Later on down the road, as you start farming Dragon more and more and get better gear on your champions, you can start to take in other champions who are going to be doing more AoE damage, more wave damage, to help you clear those waves quicker and get to the dragon faster. But you really need somebody who can handle the Hordens on wave 2. It's the biggest thing that stops people from progressing, is the Hordens on wave 2. If you bring in a too squishy of a team, you will die. But this team, 2 matches back to back, one perfectly fine. The first one, Kale survived. Dragon went down quick. Second one took about 4.5 minutes. The Kale did die, and we still won. So Dragon 20 checked off the list. Perfect. Now, I did have to change up some of Kale's gear. So if you go in here, I did throw on this accuracy chestplate because I really want him to apply his poisons. So he does have the accuracy chestplate on. He lost a little bit of crit damage, maybe a little bit of speed. Now, there's a few things you can do. You can come in here and test out with lifesteal gear. I did throw some lifesteal gear on him earlier. I did these, but he seems to be doing pretty much fine without the lifesteal gear. So you can play around with it, whichever one's more consistent. But I put this on there, at least temporarily, until you get a accuracy chestplate from Dragon. You're going to need this because you don't have enough accuracy to apply your poisons to the Dragon. Without this chestplate, you were getting resisted quite a bit. With Stagnite, I played around with his gear for a minute. I think I ended up leaving everything on there the same. I may have switched the helmet out, gave him a bit more defense because there were some issues with him having too much HP, Kale having too little, and the waves would switch targets to Kale. So I need to get Stagnite's HP a little bit lower. This is another thing you can play around with. But right now, he seems to be doing pretty good. So I do like where he's at. I did take some gear off of Juliana, put it onto Kale instead, because we did need these this chest plate. So let me go ahead and throw this gear back on Juliana real quick. I know I took a helmet and lifesteal stuff off of her and the boots. Okay, so your Juliana is fixed now. Perfect, perfect, perfect. But yeah, I mean, the biggest thing, Deathzilla, for your account, and anybody who's in this point, kind of like you know, where you're not quite doing very many dungeons on stage 20. You do need to go through Minotaur. So Minotaur is a pretty easy dungeon. You 100% have the champions to do this. Just take a team full of champions who you want to get their masteries fully done. So say you have all 4 of these champions' masteries done. Just take one champion through here who you don't have masteries on and get them done there. Don't farm any stage of Minotaur except for 15. It's just not efficient. If you're not buying masteries, only farm 15. And you can definitely do that, Death. You just got to go through and do it. But most of your champions look like they have their masteries done. So yeah, your masteries are good on your champions. Perfect. I assume you're probably buying these. I hope you're not doing Minotaur. That is super, super inefficient. Not doing Minotaur 15 if you're getting the masteries from Minotaur. So with that said though, the number one thing right now, Death, I would focus on is doing Dragon and getting some more 60s. So, and also doing the clan boss and getting more active in your clan boss battles, because that's going to help out quite a bit in gearing. You have a lot of solid options for a clan boss team, but if you want some help with that, just send me a message on Twitch. We'll get you set up with a good clan boss team. But right now, your clan's not killing anything anyways, so you don't really have anything to push. Looks like maybe you were attacking... You attacked something yesterday, but you haven't attacked anything recently. So yeah, definitely get a clan that's actually killing a clan boss, so you can get those 2 chests per day with whichever one they're downing. But other than that, right now you should really just be farming dragon quite a bit. Get you some good gear. It looks like you've been farming dragon some anyways. I mean, you've had some good lifesteal gear, so I assume you're either buying the gear or you're farming the gear. But either way, get into dragon, do some farming there. You have a good team for Fire Knights and some other dungeons as well. But right now, I think your #1 goal should be dragons until you can get some better gear. Work on bringing up some new level 60 champions. That's going to help out quite a bit as well. Your Fire Knight team is definitely going to have Cold Heart. Shouldn't be too difficult to do that one, but the main focus here was doing that dragons team. Let me know, Death, if you need more help. Hopefully this video helps out somebody else who's watching. Hopefully, if you were stuck on dragon and you didn't want a team with a lot of legendaries, hopefully this helps you out. This, I would say, is a pretty free-to-play friendly guide. I mean, Warlum was from the Battle Pass, but most people should have him. Free-to-play, low spender. This is a pretty good guide of what you should be using. Let me show you the stats of these champions real quick before I get out of the account. Warlum, this is what he's looking like. Then we have Stag Knight, looking like this. We want a lot of defense and speed and accuracy. That's the main things, and the HP, just making sure he's not, getting hit at the right times, like not too much HP so that the waves aren't attacking him, but not so little that he dies super fast. We got Doom Priest, want a lot of speed on her. HP and defense are the main things there. And then Kale, he's got a little bit of HP. We could use some more. Wish he had some more damage, but the accuracy is what we really want for the dragon. Overall, very solid. And then we got Apothecary, okay? And Apothecary is on the slower side of things. We could definitely push this up, especially for the arena. But overall, this Apothecary did his job, kept his heals up, and kept his speed boost going. So, like I said, I hope this helps you out, Death. Hopefully this helps out someone else watching. Thank you guys very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see in the future. But until then, guys, catch you all next time.